Hola, me llamo Mohamed y por hoy I present to you Peru. You can find the wonderful country of Peru at the coast of South America. Peru borders on Ecuador, Bolivia, and Brazil. The colors of the Peruvian flag are mainly red. The colors of the Peruvian flag are mainly red and white. The Peruvian flag itself represents the Incan people and their impact on Peru. The colors were chosen by the liberator José de San Martín. The coat of arms features a vicuña, a chicharrona tree, and a cornucopia that symbolizes prosperity. Due to Peru's proximity to the equator, which, fun fact, did you know that equator translates to Ecuador in Spanish? I didn't know, I just found that was pretty neat. Anyway, due to its proximity to the equator, typically Peru is expected to be quite the hot country. Peru only has 2 seasons, the rainy wet season being summer, which spans from December to March, and the dry season being the winter, which spans from May to September. For the most part, Peruvians are all Catholic, but there are indigenous Peruvians who mixed the concept of Catholicism with their own Incan beliefs. For example, the association of Pachamama, Mother Earth, and the Virgin Mary. Typically, when getting married, Peruvians hold 2 wedding ceremonies, a religious wedding ceremony and a civil wedding ceremony. But it's really only the civil wedding ceremony that's legally necessary. The religious wedding ceremony is more often for the culture. Peruvian weddings are often very vibrant and colorful. The men wear ponchos and sandals, and women wear multiple layers of colorful skirts. The bride and the groom both have their own unique poncho and skirt made for their special day. Usually there's no wedding parties. The sole purpose of the ceremony is to focus on the couple and their family, meaning their parents and their grandparents. During this wedding, they perform a ritual dedicated to La Pachamama, once again Mother Earth, where they bury the small dolls that are replicas of the couple with a seed to represent the growth of the couple and to bid them good luck. One little fun game that they have during the wedding is that the single ladies try to steal the groom's boutonniere. I don't even know how to say that. Boutonniere? Whatever. The groom can give it to whomever he thinks should get married, but until then he must protect it from all the single ladies. Another little fun cultural custom is when they say hora inglesa, which translates to English time, it means they want you to be on time. And I find that funny because it insinuates that Peruvians are often late to events, and that's just normal to them, I guess. This section's gonna go pretty fast. It's really only 1 sentence, so I'm gonna time it really quickly and show you how fast I can say it, just because I want to. Alright. 3, 2, 1. Okay, there are 4 education levels in Peru. Primary, secondary, vocational, and technical. Pretty decent. I'm sure you guys are bored of the typical New Year's and Christmas. I mean, what? You only have to do it once every single year, over and over again. I'm sure you'd all like something new. Well, in Peru, you can find La Fiesta de la Marinera de Trujillo in January, La Fiesta de la Candelaria in February, and La Fiesta Internacional de la Vendimia in March, and many other celebrations. My favorite of them all, though, is La Fiesta de la Candelaria. This fiesta is the largest and most famous fiesta not only in Peru, but in South America as a whole. La Fiesta de la Candelaria celebrates the Virgin of Candelaria, the patron saint of the town of Puno, where fiestas take place. This fiesta is, at its core, a dance and music fiesta, performed by traditionally dressed participants that can number well over 40,000 people. This festival is a 2-week-long synthesis of indigenous and Catholic traditions, and one of the most iconic Peruvian festivals. So if you ever stop by Peru during February, be sure to check it out. Oh, did I mention that Lima's the capital of Peru? Well, now I did. Typical Peruvian food. Peruvian food often involves potatoes, seeing as most potatoes come from Peru. There's even a saying, muy peruano que los papas, which translates to more Peruvian than potatoes. We got los papas de a la Juanzaina, potatoes and spicy cheese sauce, los causas, potato casseroles, and probably the most exotic dishes you'll find in Peru that don't involve potatoes is el cuy, which is guinea pig, y los anticuchos, de corazón, which are grilled hearts. Now let me tell you one of my favorite recipes that I haven't tried or cooked yet because COVID. I won't be making it obviously because I'm lazy, but it's a wonderful dish called los picarones, and it's considered the Peruvian donut, which is a wonderful sweet dish. The main ingredients are sweet potatoes, squash, and chancaca syrup. The sweet potatoes and squash are boiled until tender, then mashed into a silky puree, and then finally mixed with flour, yeast, and sugar, making soft goo that sticks to your hands like bread dough. Cover the dough and let it rest until it doubles and or triples in volume. As soon as the dough is ready, heat a pan with enough vegetable oil to cover one whole picaron on high heat. Fry until golden brown, and then flip the picarones to evenly fry it. Once all fried, plate it as you'd like and drizzle the fruity yet spicy chancaca syrup onto the picarones. And enjoy this little taste of heaven. Finally, the attractions. The number one on the list is the lost city of Machu Picchu. Found 300 meters above the Urubamba River on a ridge, the old Incan city of Machu Picchu was found by Hiram Bingham in 1911 and is one of the 7 wonders of the world. In Machu Picchu, you can find old Incan structures and what remains of them, and truly discover the past of Peru. If you're an archaeologist, you'll love it there. Speaking of Machu Picchu, number 2, I should probably mention the Inca Trail. The Inca Trail is a hike that lasts 4 days, which ends in the former mentioned Machu Picchu. If you're in good shape, it's highly recommended. The trail passes more than 30 Incan ruins and traverses through beautiful scenery. It's also 1,200 meters up in elevation, so be sure to pack a lunch and some water. Number 3 on the list is Cusco's architectural treasures. Walking through the streets of Cusco is like walking through a museum, history built upon history. The foundations of many of these lovely old colonial buildings were Incan ruins. The main square, Plaza de Armas, in the city center, is home to the cathedral and La Compañía, 2 equally impressive structures. Number 4, don't laugh at this one. I'm being for real, y'all. Don't laugh. I understand it has a funny title, but it's actually a pretty good place. It's got pretty nice views. Okay, Lake Titicaca. The water in this lake is beautifully blue, and the scenery includes small villages and rolling hills, and Los Islas Flotantes, which are actually quite the beautiful attraction in and of themselves. Quite the popular ones too, actually. And number 5, lastly, we have La Cañón del Colca. This canyon is second deepest after nearby Cotahuasi Canyon. The canyon reaches a depth of 3,400 meters and is the result of a seismic fault between 2 volcanoes. La Cañón del Colca was inhabited for thousands of years. It was home to the Colagua, Cabana, and eventually the Incan peoples. Alright folks, thank you for watching this video about the wonderful country of Peru. I hope you enjoyed learning more and more on its culture. Hasta luego! Now to end this. It actually was 10 minutes? That's wild. That's why I wasn't expecting it to be that long.